representing the International Telecommunication Union, or ITU, especially the regional office for Asia and the Pacific. So my presentation probably focus a little bit on and more on the Asia Pacific, but also some slides are also open for other regions. Try to manage everything in this 10 minutes. So I deliberately give quite a number of slides just for your reference and for your information, which after the organizer have published it on the website, so you can find this slide for reference. The first part is about the ITU overview and the activities. So basically, as you know, ITU is one of the United Nations agencies, and actually we are working closely with the SCAP, with the UNESA, and other agencies. Yeah, I skip this. We have 3 sectors: ITU-T, ITU-D, and ITU-R. I think you know about this already. But in terms of the regional office for Asia and Pacific, we are in charge of 38 member states or 38 countries in the region, including the Pacific Island countries. And we are actually doing a lot of things in terms of the telecommunications and ICTs. And we just completed this World Telecommunication Development Conference in Dubai in March, in which we adopted the strategic plan and also our operational plan for the next 4 years, starting from 2015. And I mean, this slide just to show you that we already set targets that we would like to achieve after this 4 or 5 years in terms of ICT, internet, telecommunication penetration. So this is what I mentioned earlier just now, that we did this the World Telecommunication Development Conference. So this is I mean, good information for you, particularly if you are working with the ITU, and of course I think all of you are a member of the ITU. We have set 5 global objectives under the next 4-year plan. And you can see that the infrastructure, the applications and services are also the key, still the key focusing areas of the Union. And apart from the global plan, we also have the what we call it the regional initiative. In my presentation, I just showed the Asia Pacific regional initiative, but for other regions, the other regional initiatives are also critical. Okay, this slide, I just want to highlight that we have set up a new question under the study group 2, question number 17, 3/2, which is dedicated for the e-government study. And we have a report, the first report published on the website and free for download. I skip this. And in Asia Pacific, we have these key events, which again, this is for your reference, because most of the events are free, I mean, no fee, and you can attend. And also we have activities, what we call the specific country assistance. And we do a lot of activities in the region. And this is some activities we are partnering with other partners at the UNAC as well. So it's good for your reference, because why I put this deliberately, because every year, and especially now, we are collecting the proposal from countries. So if you like to have some assistance or cooperation and partnership with ITU and other partners, feel free to send us the proposals, and then we can consider giving this assistance. Skip this. Okay, this just to show that we are how many partners we have. All right, so the second part that I'd like to highlight is about the e-government trend and emerging issues that I think is the key focus of this workshop. And I believe that the previous speakers already mentioned, the trend is moving towards the mobile phone or mobile devices. So firstly, I would like to show you the trend or the statistic of this global ICT development. And you can see that the growth of the mobile devices or the mobile subscriptions increasing significantly. So another slide that showing the growth of these mobile subscriptions. And you can see that this illustrated all the regions. And you can see that in Africa, the growth of the mobile subscriptions are really significant. And you can see that the compound annual growth rate since 2010 until 2013 is 82%. That's huge. Huh? And with the advent of the technologies like LTE or 4G, that's the reason that the mobile subscription or the mobile penetration is growing significantly. And in fact, the transition or the move, the migration from 2G from 2G or 3G to 4G is even much faster than the 1G to 2G or 2G to 3G. So what I'm trying to say is that you will see that the number of mobile phone or mobile devices access or subscription will grow even faster from now on. So this just to highlight some key aspects of the mobile broadband or mobile demand. I'm not going to go into this, but I'd like to highlight this slide. Previously, as I mentioned, that you assisted the government or member administrations in various areas of ICTs, ranging from the policy regulations to the technical assistance. So previously, when we are helping the government to develop, formulate the broadband policy, just 2 or 3 years ago, we were focusing on the fixed infrastructure or the fiber optics and all that. But now with the growth of the mobile broadband, so we have to think, and actually we have already recommended governments to develop the policy for the wireless wireless national broadband plan, and we have already developed the guidelines and the toolkits for this. So, okay, I will come back to this. Okay, let me just, sorry. While ITU is addressing more on the infrastructure or the supply side, as you can see that other agencies like UNDESA, UNDG also addressing from the demand side application services. But from the supply side is very important, and I think this is what we can work together among the UN agencies and also among public and private sector. Because when we are talking about the wireless broadband plan, there are many aspects that we have to consider. The regulations, of course, the spectrum. This is very important, and you can see that more and more spectrum of the frequencies are demanded from the telecom side for the INT especially. So spectrum is really an issue in many countries, and with the discussion of the device space, with the C-band, satellite spectrum, and everything. So spectrum is really important. The technology, of course, we have seen the technology, of course, in the market. So this aspect need to be addressed, and apart from this, there will be the cybersecurity that should be addressed as well. So I keep this skip, but just to highlight again that the M-governance or the mobile applications is the trend that the society is moving towards. And in my slide, in my presentation, you can also see this slide, the value chain of the M-governance, the M-governance business model. In ITU, we have set up a working group working on this M-governance or M applications business model. So you can find more detail in my presentation. I think I'd rather skip this one. So just a couple of weeks ago that we concluded this Wisit +10 in the meeting in Geneva, and I accepted some recommendations from the Wisit +10 to this. I'm not going to go one by one, but when you read it, I think this is very important. The key thing is that I think we need, as the theme of this workshop is innovation, e-governance, and sustainable development. I think not only would we request the countries to think innovatively, from our side, from UN agencies, international organizations, we need to be innovative as well. And that is very important. We have been focusing on helping countries business pieces. But I think it's time that we have to think how to do it innovatively, creatively, and in a sustainable manner. And that is, I hope that this workshop would come up with some ideas of how to work together effectively. So this is the vision from the Wisit Plus 10. I highlighted some keywords like privacy and security, capacity building and knowledge. This is something that we have to continuously provide working together on this. And the last item that facilitate the access of e-commerce services to our people, including the disadvantaged and vulnerable people. This is also very important. I think in many global agenda or global plan in the past, the person with disabilities or disadvantaged group of people are not quite well highlighted. So I think for the post 2015, we should highlight this more. Skip this. And actually the second part, the last part of my presentation is more on the framework that we have just launched, and together also with the UNPOG, the framework for the ICT for development in the Asia Pacific region. I think I will not go through this, but I just summarize that we have this framework launched just April this year. And one of the key programs, right now we identified 2 programs under this framework, and basically we work we initiated the framework with the ADB, so some fund will come from ADB as well. One of the key programs is on the e-government and e-services and applications. So I'll skip this. And if you have any questions or you'd like to get more information, feel free to come to me, and I'm happy to provide you more information. Thank you very much.